Hello, today we have with us Dr. Shiva Prasad, who is the Dean of Triple IC from Heatham College, Hyderabad. Hello and welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, so I would like to introduce you, sir, to our audience first. So, Dr. Shiva Prasad is an MTech and PhD from IIT Kanpur. He has 20 years of rich experience in industrial R&D, new product development in electromechanical systems, FEM, CFD, knowledge-based engineering, knowledge management, IIoT, machine learning, robotics, artificial intelligence. He is also known for his excellent managerial skills from execution to marketing, along with strong problem solving and analytical skills. With this vast year of experience, it is a pleasure to welcome you today on the show, sir. Thank you so much for your wonderful presence here, sir.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Sure, sir. So, sir, as you have been associated with educational institutes throughout your career, sir. So, what is it that keeps you connected to the education sector?
Actually, the major the issue is between education institution and the industry. The gap between these two always keeps me connected. So if you don't have actually today what industry required, what industry is required, education institute doesn't know that how they can prepare these students. So as in knowledge is required to the industry where it can nurture the students. So I am bringing that my rich experience, what industry is required to the institution where we can make the students and build the gap between the industry and the educational institute. So that's the way always I connect to. That's the gap. How to fill that gap? That is a big gap. If you think it's a small, it's a small. If you think it's a big, it's a big. But today industry is required resources as per their requirement.
Definitely, sir, I agree with you. So, as you know that the industries currently are requiring artificial intelligence, robotics information, and all these, all the digital and machine learning IIoT concepts. So, how do you think are your responsibilities that you ensure are fulfilled to help the students?
The artificial intelligence, IoT, and all machine learning, all these techniques requires the application. Okay, that application may be a biological application, maybe in industrial. Suppose let's say gearboxes, a steam turbine, a boiler is having a serviceability, and there are a lot of errors are coming. So all those errors, if you make it store at one location, if you can have a proper learning of the mathematical learning of the system, and then how you can predict those problems in the future. So all these technical techniques requires an applications. So as a doing engineering at Heatham, what we are proposing one industrial product, maybe a steam turbine, along with the gearbox, along with the generator. That type of an equipment we are trying to bring at our location, so that students when they learn these technologies, actually, when they learn the technologies, they can see this actual equipment at the campus. So that's how we are planning, and very soon maybe you can see those equipment at our campus. So through that type of equipment, we would like to train our students.
Definitely, sir. That's really great to know. So, as you know, sir, now these new departments like robotics and machine learning, AI. So, these new departments have been introduced for a lot of other colleges as well. So, how do you ensure that the academic structure of Heatham College ensures the best practice of industry and helps the student into turning a professional?
Okay. Uh, See, again, I told you already that these are our techniques. Basically, these artificial intelligence, IoT, all these, the machine learning, these are all techniques. You require a basic application which where you have to apply it. So we are Hitam as it's different way in the sense. For example, robotics. If I go technology by technology, robotics, and each and every college as having few their lab actually they maybe the Arduino board and some electronic equipment, some moving robots here and there, and they're practicing something. But what we are planning 16 batches of students for the next year, a international competition. Already our students are already started training. 16 batches means one batch is having 4 to 7 people. So it means approximately around 120 to 130 students already we have sorted out, and we are planning for an international competition. Because of the pandemic they are not here actually. Otherwise you might have seen they were practicing on the corridors, they were practicing on the labs actually. So already these equipments are with us, and we are so that's where we are thinking that training these 120 students and sending the international competition. I don't think any college is thinking right now. They are thinking, okay, by the next academic year, next second year onwards, robotics and IoT and artificial intelligence courses we will start. But already we have started. That's how one example I have given with respect to the robotics. If I see artificial intelligence, IoT and machine learning, already I told you, we are bringing a huge equipment that is called steam turbine along with the gearbox with the alternator in our campus. A gift from the industry to the institution where you can study IoT, you can study artificial intelligence, you can study the mechanical vibration analysis, all those things you can study. So I don't think any college, in fact, this type of equipment getting into the campus, maybe we are the first, and we are giving that type of a practical engineering to the in students as we are doing engineering. Our tagline is doing engineering. So this is how we are planning.
Definitely, sir. That is why I guess, this is how Hitam separates itself from the crowd and like stands out of the crowd, sir. With these facilities that they provide to the students. It's great to know, sir. Sir, as you just discussed, like the education systems in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. So, in your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here at your institute, sir?
Actually, see, as the university has a boundaries like mechanical engineering, and electronics engineering, electrical engineering, and mechanical engineering. But today, the technology like artificial intelligence, IoT has come, the boundaries has erased. Actually, it's like a mechatronics you can call. Mechanical, electronics means suppose if you take a robot, even if you take our human body, we will have a mechanical structure, the bones, movement and all, and the sensing system. It means that is like a fire comes, automatically you takes your hand back. A hot water comes, you take it. So this is the sensing that is called IoT. And artificial intelligence. Somebody slaps you. Do you keep quiet? Immediately you slap. Okay, somebody scolds you. It's called artificial intelligence. What you want to, somebody scolds, somebody keeps quiet. Why? Thus, for the same action, why two people are reacting two differently? That is called the artificial intelligence has been created by God. Actually. So that's how the body is not like a mechanical engineering. It's not an electronics and chemical engineering. It's electrical. It's sparks. And okay, so the taking the data, analyzing the data, and actions. This is called IoT and artificial intelligence and machine learning. So machine learning is like, and at the age of 5 years, I have done something. Now I'm remembering same thing I'm doing actually. So how I'm doing, this is called a machine learning. So already these are not new technologies, but yes, mathematically this evolved, And as a human body, already we are having this type of technology. So can you say the human body is a mechanically built, a IoT based build? So there are no boundaries, but these boundaries are for the learning based. The long back, the educators has been created, but now because of the technologies available, because of the knowledge available with the people, an eighth class student can go an international competition, robotics competition to them. Actually. Okay, so and after MTech, I have seen the computer, and so there is a huge gap. Where is eighth class and where is an MTech student? Okay, so now the MTech has gone to the eighth class of yes. So this much. So now the boundaries has been as erased. There are no boundaries of this. So as a HETM, we are planning. Even you can see in triple IT's culture, IIT's culture, they have departments in the namesake actually. But yeah, chemical engineer can go to the computer science also, can go to the mechanical also, can do the electronics also. So it means there are no boundaries. So same thing here also, we are trying to build that center of excellence on vertical farming. We are already in the process actually. Center of excellence on vertical farming, center of excellence on steam turbine design and manufacturing, center of excellence on robotics. It means we are trying to erase those boundaries between the branches. So any student can go enter into the center of excellence. Let's say vertical farming, it demands both in farming, a biotechnology and a mechanical equipment, a sensor equipment. It is not related to a particular single plant. So that's how HETM thinks to erase that type of a culture of IIT, MIT, US Massachusetts Institute of Technology. They don't have a boundary. Right? So the same culture which we'd like to prepare, and already we are in that process.
Definitely, that's great to know, sir. So, sir, being the Dean of Triple IC in HETM College, how important is it to have updated subjects for the students, sir?
Actually, we are planning for the to take care about this updation, because see, technology varies monthly. You can say monthly, not only yearly. Actually, it yearly has come now. A monthly is actually monthly. This is every month there is new technology is coming. So how to any industry adopt new technologies. So as a students, we are, you can say, we are vendors for institutions. We are the vendors for the companies. So we have to supply the product as per their requirement. So what we are planning, we are having a group of adjunct faculty who are retired, either retired or industry people. Always they will have a monthly 1 or 2 lectures along with our subjects we are planning. So suppose let's say in any subject, let's say vibration, some student is studying. So vibration, what is the application, how the industry is measuring those techniques and all. So related faculty member, related industry person, we will have a 1.5 hour lecture in that month to the student. That's how we update as per the industry to the students. So that's the how where we always when we have an industry specialist comes as an adjunct faculty, so automatically that takes care of it, upgradation of ourselves.
Definitely, sir. So, sir, as you know that there are new opportunities opening up in the market in these sectors, specifically artificial intelligence and machine learning. So how does HETM ensure that the student, chooses the right career path and is successful in it?
See, you cannot say that this is the right career path. The word is actually slightly, if somebody asks me, it's embarrasses to me actually. There is no word like a right career path. See, whatever I choose, which I am having the passion, I can pursue it and I can do excellent. Okay, so if I am taking an artificial intelligence, doesn't mean that an IoT person who is doing actually he is bad or is wrong guy actually. Okay, and the new educational policy also, and still we have to evaluate, we have to understand the new educational policy. But whatever the glimpse I'm saying, they have opened the boundaries. Means you can engineering students, a medical student can do the art course also. Okay. And creativity can, a a portrait, learning, like if I want to do a pottery actually, I want to learn, I can do that. So even after 2 years of my BTech, if I feel that I have to leave, I can leave and I can start another thing. After that, I can come back, I can complete this. So there are, of course, I'm not saying exactly what is there, but still that type of boundaries they are arranging. So we are also guiding the students as a passion. What you are having, you have to take it and you have to pursue. That's, I cannot say that okay, this is the right or this is the wrong. Every path is a right. How to travel, you should know. And before entering into that path, you should know what are the difficulties, and you should have some handhold person while traveling into the path.
Definitely, sir. And I guess that handhold is there here at ETHM, for all the students so that they get proper guidance. And it is obviously different for every other student. So I guess they get that handhold as well. So, sir, is there any message that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students for ETHM College, sir?
See, again, what I want to say, whatever you choose, commit, pursue, and take it forward. And whatever the help is required, we will provide. So that's what message I want to give consumers wherever they can. If you these words always will keep rolling in the future. This is what message I want to give.
Definitely, sir. It was great. It was a great message, and I am sure that from all these questions, the students have got a lot of insights about ETHM College, and definitely, sir. Thank you for your presence today and taking out your time today for this show, sir. So, from the whole team of College Dunia as well, I would like you to thank you for your presence today at the show, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your time, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much for your presence, and I'm very grateful to have a discussion with you.
Definitely, sir. Thank you so much, sir.